Okay, so it looks like YouTube just no longer wants to recognize my my headphones mic, and so I'm just gonna have to deal with the lousy audio quality of hearing me speak over my computer fan. So this is probably something that I've gone over in a video that I have yet to upload, and I don't stop to talk about my huge backlog of videos. But I'll leave it at that. I find myself, unfortunately, to be in the position, at least fortunately I've noticed it, I'm unfortunately in the position that I rarely think about things, and I do feel that it's more of a recent thing. I recall thinking more about things when I was a kid, when I had more spare time, when I but I do consider myself a much smarter person than I was then. I'm constantly thinking of myself 2 years ago as having been an idiot. But the point is that I find that I do a lot of thinking like on my feet, but I mean more in terms of like in conversation with other people. I've surprised myself in terms of having just not really even finding myself. Well, maybe it is finding myself on stances that I did not have before, or that I did not think that I had before, or just coming up with an opinion on something, or even developing a a complex stance on something merely in conversation with someone else. And I'm not talking about being convinced of something, of someone else persuading me of something. I'm talking about of me talking with someone else, or maybe a group of people, and then me laying out a point. You know, sometimes it's like, okay, well, this is how I think it is, and it's not how I thought of it before this conversation. It's this new thing that I'm generating right now, and I'm establishing my position on certain issues like on the fly as I talk with these other people. And I find that conversational dynamic is really what tends to get my gears rolling. And I don't think that it's because of some kind of individual lack of that I'm not intelligent enough to think of things on my own. It's just that I don't find myself actually saying, okay, well, now I'm going to think about this issue, or now I'm going to think about. It's like I am kind of normally on that kind of like agenda-based thought process. Okay, well, I'm going to school. I have to think about physics now. I have to, and my mind wanders. Of course, I get distracted, but it's not normally in terms of like critically analyzing certain things. It's more like, okay, well, I'm generally thinking about this without like being very elaborative. Like it's more I'll think of things, but I won't think about things. And of course I don't like that, but I have to admit the truth to myself. And I don't know whether or not that's going to change, whether or not I'm going to go. I mean, I'm able to. I don't know if I'll have a good time going out of my way to kind of transform that thought process. I do like doing these walk-in talks and then thinking in terms of pursuing a kind of like pursuing instances of ideas coming to me. That's usually how my videos start. They usually start with I get this kind of feeling of having come across this thing that's real, this idea that has value in it, and then that kind of snowballs, and even more so if I have the camera on and I'm in my communication mode. I'm in that exchange of ideas mode, and then I can be I'm pretty much forcing myself to be inventive and to be creative. So yeah, I think this whole, I don't know, maybe that's something that can be said about YouTube culture, about opening, not only opening up lines of communications between people, but really, I guess, opening lines of communication between me and myself. Uh, you know, especially using the example I gave earlier of me finding myself on positions that I didn't have prior to that. But so yeah, I think I'll end on that coherent note. So so yeah. I invite people to show up on Debate Censored, the room that Gail and I, Cerebracost, Lusa Dademont, and Voice of Reason, let's not forget him, he's a regular attendee, show up on to talk stuff on Stick'em. We need more people. We do have fun talks on our own, but we do need more people. And so yeah, I graciously removed myself from TJ's Facebook friends list because he was asking for us to I guess relieve that hassle from him, because he was going to reduce his friend list to only people that he knew personally. But I do hope to sometime open some kind of line of communication between more YouTubers and perhaps be able to get video responses out of people. But of course I understand not productive, mild YouTube fame, and a whole lot of people that make video responses, and yeah, there's a lot of noise, and obviously there's a difficulty there. But I appreciate nonetheless you TJ bringing this channel back to life. Okay, I guess I'll leave it at that.